Ink ribbon.
And action. So you guys know that I love the Vita. Oh, I should get the Vita. Take two. So you guys know that I love the Vita. And if you're someone who loves the Vita, it kind of feels like this.
Woo!
But before the Vita, we had the PSP, which I loved just as much, or so I thought. I recently discovered a treasure trove of gaming stuff in a very unexpected place. Etsy. On Etsy, I found all sorts of gaming hardware and software and physical copies of things that shouldn't exist, and it was really, really cool. I actually have a modded original Xbox on my wish list there because it's something that I would like to buy one day and cover for you guys because I've never owned an original Xbox. But we're not going to talk about that right now because that's not what this is about. Today, we are talking about this. The modded PSP that I got on Etsy. Yes, this is what you all came for. This is a modded PSP that comes with all sorts of stuff. But first, this is I think it was a limited edition. It's the Felicia Blue 2000 model, which I think was Japan exclusive. I'm not 100% sure. It looks white, maybe on camera, but it's a very light blue, kind of ink ribbon-ish blue. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's a light blue PSP. Who cares? But I got something else that makes it a little more exciting. That's right, the PSP camera. And of course, I'm going to record myself with it for you guys so you can see. The highest size it goes is 480 by 272 at 30 frames per second. Awesome. Okay, so I am now recording on my PSP. You can see my camera and my microphone set up, but in case you're wondering, this is what the PSP looks like. I think there's like 2 games that the camera uses. It's like Invisa Animals or something, and then like an iPet game. So yeah, I should just film the whole video, like PSP video filmed on a PSP. But I'm not going to do that because there's quality. Yeah. Okay. So that's the PSP camera, in case you're wondering. And it has a little swivel that rotates. Just because the 2000s was all about rotating cameras. And there you go. That's the PSP camera, just to spice things up a little bit. So this may not look like the most interesting PSP, but if I open this up and show you what's inside, then you'll see why I love it so much. Okay, so here's my PSP. I mean, looks pretty normal until you get here. So you've got all these folders. Basically, they're sorted between PS1 and PSP. So you've got like RPGs, sports, fighting, racing, PS1, action, adventure, and then you've got emulators. This is the fun folder, but we're going to get to that. So most of these games like came pre-installed. All these top ones that you see are ones that I've added because they're games that I've always wanted to try or never got around to actually getting a chance to play. And then there's one like this one, which I want to review for you guys because I didn't even know it existed. There's so much in the PSP's library. Like this game is a futuristic Harvest Moon. I mean, it's crazy. And then you've got the wonderful Silent Hill Shattered Memories, or I guess I should say controversial, but this is one of the biggest factors to me buying this thing because this game is so impossible to emulate without it looking like complete trash, and the PSP version is pretty much the only way I can play it. But I mean, considering this was a Wii game, and now we've got it on the PSP, this looks pretty good. I mean, you've got like the shadows and the lighting. Like look at that shadow right there. This is so... You guys have no idea how hard I've been trying to play this game, but I was not willing to pay like $60 for the PS2 version, and I don't want to play the Wii version because, let's be real. And I know that the graphics look a little wonky, but I promise you they look way better on the screen in person than they do of what you're seeing right now. I don't think this is capturing in HD, so that might be part of the problem, but I'm doing what I can, okay? But anyway, let's move on. So we've also got, X-Men, Tomb Raider, Castlevania, more Silent Hill Oranges, is what I like to accidentally say it all the time. Ratchet and Clank, Parappa the Rapper, you got your Metal Gears, you got your Mega Mans. This is so much Grand Theft Auto. All of this came installed. Most of it came installed. And PS1 games, they're just all the PS1 games you can get from the store. Resident Evils and Metal Gears and all of that stuff. And the same is pretty much par for the rest of the course. You've got so many games to choose from. And you've even got your guilty pleasure games. By the way, this game is amazing. It's so much better than I remember. It's really great to just sit down and play. And then I've got a whole bunch of PSP RPGs that I never got to try. So I'm excited about that. All the Aces, tactics games. I've never played Monster Hunter. I played a little bit of this one. It's interesting. I'm still getting used to it. Kingdom Hearts. You got all the Final Fantasies, including the amazing Crisis Core. I never really liked Final Fantasy VII. I just could not get into it. But this game I loved. I think it might come down to voice acting, but that's a story for another video. Anyway, and then you've got your PS1 RPGs, which I also haven't gotten to play most of these. I just got around to playing Chrono Cross for the first time, and that was really, really cool. But Chrono Trigger is better. Gotta admit, at least for me. Okay, so let's go to the emulators folder. This is where the magic happens. So you've got Super Nintendo, I think there's Japanese PC something. You got a Super Mario Collection, Neo Geo Pocket, Arcade, Intellivision, Atari 7800, Atari 2600. Pico Drive is Sega Genesis, NES, more Neo Geo, Master Boy and Game Boy Color, which are, you just use one or the other. Game Boy Advance. The Nintendo 64 emulator is horrible. And you've got some Capcom things and then ColecoVision. I'm just going to show you how god-awful the 64 emulator is. Let's do Super Smash Brothers because you have to see it to understand. I hate when people say that things are unplayable, but in this case they are literally unplayable. You can hear the sound for yourself. It's like if you took sound and then deep fried it and then burnt it. So this is completely unedited footage of Smash Brothers on the PSP running off a Nintendo 64 emulator. Enjoy. So yeah, if any of you were excited about the thought of playing GoldenEye on your PSP, it's probably not going to happen. Sorry. The emulators that I use the most are probably Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and the Super Nintendo. They all run great, and those are the consoles I had growing up. So this will differ for every person, but for example, if we go into the SNES, you'll see all of these emulators have basically complete libraries, including some weird extra stuff that I'm not going to get into. If you end up buying this thing, you'll find for yourself. But what's a good game? So if you see here, I've got Street Fighter 2, and then there's a million weird sort of ROM hacks, which you'll find some of those in there. So, Super Jump Edition hack. Let's see what that is. There's something like 8,000 games in all the emulators, so I can't get to all of them, but let's see what this is.
Round one, fight!
So this looks like normal Street Fighter to me. I don't know. It said High Jump Edition, but they don't look like they're jumping that much higher. Maybe I'm missing something. You guys can let me know in the comments, because I have no idea. There are so many ROM hacks and stuff. Yeah! Whoa, there's a Tomb Raider Game Boy game? What? We gotta see what this is. Whoa. Oh my god. How did I not know about this? Whoa. Holy crap, guys, check this out. There's a Game Boy game of Tomb Raider. I never knew about this. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this out for Zelfie. If you guys don't watch Zelfie's videos, he does like Tomb Raider parodies and they're amazing, and you should be watching them. Hashtag not sponsored. Damn, Laura just got bitch slapped. So there you guys go. This is amazing. It's a great thing to carry around in your pocket. It has saved me so much time waiting at the doctor's office or at the car wash or wherever. And honestly, just sitting in my living room, I've been glued to this thing because it's got so many games to play and so many games I never got to try. So, yeah, this is it. This is the PSP. All right. This system, when I was 17, I think, I was working my second ever job in fast food, and I saved up 2 paychecks, and I ended up buying it with a jar of change because I was like just short. Oh, this is the first system I ever bought with my own money. Oh my god, no wonder I love the PSP so much. And I guess that's why my PSP has so much sentimental value to me. And the last thing that I want to say about the PSP is that I love the graphics. It's kind of hard to explain because it's somewhere between PS1 and PS2 graphics. And these graphics just give me a feeling of like warmth and I guess nostalgia. I'm not really sure. Like, I've always considered myself more of a 90s gamer, but the PSP graphics are very like 2002. I don't know. But I don't know. I really, really love this system so much. If you're interested in getting one of these, I put the link in the description of the exact one that I bought. This is absolutely not sponsored at all. I paid for this full price. It cost me about $180 with shipping. But totally worth it because it can play, as you saw, it can play like everything. And it comes with so many games. I think including all the emulator ROM games, it's like 8,000 games or something, which realistically we all know I'm only going to play like 200 of them. And I really want to thank my Patreon supporters because I was able to use my first month of Patreon to buy this capture card. And if you've ever wondered, there's a lot to capturing footage from a PSP, but I was able to get it to work with this thing, and it is hard to find capture footage for like old systems. And the cool thing about this is I can use this for the Xbox One. It's not if I get it, it's when I get it. And I'll be able to do videos about that too. So thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. I don't spend my money on anything that's not related to my gaming channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And speaking of Patreon, I'm also launching an Ink Ribbon podcast where I'm going to go behind the scenes of like what I do, and I'm not really sure what to talk about yet, but it's just something to say thank you for supporting me. And if you're not a Patreon supporter, no pressure. Like, just keep watching my videos and don't unsubscribe, please. That's all I ask. It's fine. The Patreon stuff's just like for extra support, and it's very appreciated. So that is my modded PSP. If there are any games that you think I should know about, there's no Resident Evil games, unfortunately. I really, really want to know about Resident Evil Portable, but I don't think that ever came to fruition enough for there to even be like concept art, unfortunately. If there are any PSP games that you want me to play, leave a comment down below, or you can @ me on Twitter at InkRibbonGames. If you like this video, then please click that like button because it puts me in the favor of the algorithm and doesn't send my channel spiraling into hell. I'm Kai Morgan, and as always, thanks for watching Ink Ribbon. And a very special thank you to my bronze, silver, and gold Patreon supporters. Thanks to you, I can make videos without worrying about demonetization and grow my channel faster.